So I'm definitely up on some other stuff this morning or this afternoon. Um, ooh, the um the girl who was I feel like was glad that my stuff blew down. The cops was called or whatever to to their residence last night. I just observed. I just observed at a distance, and my cameras was recording because it records the motion detection or whatever. But they was already out there being loud anyway. Guess it got something to do with they so called somebody mom being over there. Mom, maybe dad too, but probably her boyfriend. I don't know. But that's what happens when y'all in a little tight spot. Ain't got no room to really breathe. And you too invested in somebody else's life instead of focusing on what y'all need to do regarding y'all household. I don't be invested or focused at all. Like I was literally watching, minding my business, watching what I watch, and I just heard a commotion. And I've always been that type that it's too much commotion, too much noise, um, unnecessary. I mean, she be like that anyway, loud in the daytime. She got a little lower last night, letting me know she can pipe down a little bit. She ain't want everybody to hear. But it was enough for me to hear it. I was up. And nobody got arrested. That's, hey, get out the hallway and go do your work. I tell you, boy. As soon as I come in my room, close my door, and think that they're not supposed to do their work. Anyway, so up thinking about that a little bit slightly, not really. Just I observed it. And yes, it felt made it seem like stuff was getting sweeter over here. Because people think that people think they run stuff. There is seniority over here. And one thing about it, the ones that think because they've been over here longer than others, um, they think that they got seniority, and it doesn't work like that. Because when you trying to bring the kingdom of God to something, and that's who you working for, he takes priority. Period. It don't matter if the people that's working for him been there a day or a week or you know what I'm saying, whatever. So that right there. Um, then oh yeah, so I was thinking, cause I keep having these dreams about peeing and something like that, and being at the hospital, and and nothing really going on at the hospital, but just was there. But that's fine. Should be at the hospital, honey. People need treatment. Need, whatever needs to happen. Um, but I was just thinking, like, because pee reminds me, of course, of salt and stuff like that. But if I was salty about anything, and it would be, even though I don't care for my daughter's dad like that, not even like that. I don't care for him. I don't even want to say like that at all. But yeah, uh, it would be that they was seemingly grown enough to, conduct behind closed doors affairs, but they wasn't mature enough to leave they mom and stuff out of there, to not invite their mom in and all that, and just what I'm saying, it's certain stuff that no. And then of course to establish on their own and stuff like that. So but for my daughter's dad, when and I probably talked about it before, but we was at like me and his mom, he was locked up, and me and his mom was at like a fair or something like that. um Gosh, was my daughter even was she 2? Because maybe she was younger and I was letting her ride them rides. And honey, she was trying to stand up on the ride, about to get tossed off the dang on ride. But me and his mom had went to a fair or something together, and I just went because, you know what I'm saying, it was something to do. I took my younger sister and stuff like that. I don't care for that lake, and I really don't. Um, you know, and I guess he had called. And I had been talking to him too. I guess he had called, and I didn't get to speak to him. And he was like, "I didn't bother you because you was with my mom. I just wanted y'all to have y'all." What? Again, as if you. I mean, you don't. Uh, People just. I don't know. That to me, that just makes it seem like you putting yourself up high, like you're the reason why stuff be going on. She the reason why stuff be going crazy because she admittedly said she was meddlesome and she comes for me. So nah, but I guess she'll try to use you and make you think that. Me and him, we was good, and if she seen us even operating good, I'm so glad y'all not arguing. It's like you want us to go there, girl. Go on and use the main. You know what I'm saying? She's the main. She was the main reason anyway. It's almost like saying she the main and I was the side. And I'm just like, oh no, the devil is a lie. So now you the main reason why. Of course, I don't want him. So that's that on that with him. And then, of course, with my boys is that it was like, how you think, how you think your mama was alive when I'm involved with you, and now she dead, and you think I'm supposed to be, I don't want to say dethroned, but yeah, something like dethroned. Absolutely not. So that's fine. That was just the ultimate betrayal. That's what you did, and that's what you got to live with, or die. um. So yeah, I'm not thinking about that for whatever reason, cause yeah, and especially that one bothers me deeply because it's like, huh, what? I definitely need to be next in line. Period on that part, and it was that of course that his daughter was his number one fan. Well, yeah, not his, I guess biggest and number one be the same, but number one fan, and because I had said I'm his number one fan because I was on his, you know what I'm saying, I was rooting for him, I was cheering for him, I'm on his team. And then his sister, you can't be, because his daughters. I'm like, and again, just an example of females in the so-called bloodline being too invested in the male's business, and vice versa. Even if that male was too invested in, their sister's businesses, in which he had his times where he was. It was pictures where she took where she left her pants and stuff unzipped and stuff like that, and had her breasts just out sitting, and he was liking it or whatever. Might have even said something. And just to me, it's like you want her to look more sexual instead of, as opposed to somebody just caring for her with how she is. Because it was other days when he didn't feel the same way. But and them two, they similar. The him and his sister or whatever, they similar. They seem like they almost twins, kind of, sort of. But she's the so-called female because she's a little tomboyish, and then he's the male, and he's a little feminine or whatever, slight feminine, just a little. But anyway, and then he's older than her, of course, so they're not. But just looking back on that, like, y'all need to mind y'all business, and yep, they didn't. So here I am talking about this stuff or whatever. But and like I said, if I was to be any type of salty, and it's fine if I do feel, if that's indicating saltiness at all, because that might not be it. But if I do feel the least bit salty, bitter, all that stuff, I'm gonna continue to allow God to sort it out. It just, maybe it takes time. It takes some days. It takes some years, because I was on that thing. I was on that thing heavy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to secure that. I mean, some say secure the bag. The bag is yeah, but the man, like, I really wanted this man, like, and I tried to be on my best behavior. Like, I'm not finna just do whatever, anything to him. And I mean, he got sensitive anyway, so if he do even sometimes the slightest thing, he feel a type of way. And I still let him know, honey, you done did worse to other people, so go ahead somewhere and sit down. And because he needed to be told that he did not need people sugarcoating stuff to him and stuff like that. And I tried to sugarcoat stuff and certain stuff in my own little way, but for the most part, I was just like, we not finna make him feel like he don't stink because So, yep. When I think of it, I definitely feel salty. Like, but how did that happen? Why? You know what I'm saying? If I do, I feel type of way. I don't really feel jealous of the girl or whatever, because I just feel like, honey, I just feel like she, um, the girl that he was last actively involved with or whatever, because I don't know if, when, how, or you know what I'm saying, what's going on or whatever with that. But I just feel like she already had her own deep, deep issues, very deep, for her to be trying to go through certain measures to try to. That's mine, so I'm gonna stick beside him and act like, you know what I'm saying. But I can't, again, God haven't really allowed me to pinpoint anything besides the fact that his mom sent him over there. She called, well, sent, I don't know how it happened naturally, but spiritually, she called forth this girl and all that. And calling forth, of course, is conjuring certain spirits and stuff like that. But called forth the girl, and she got over there. I just feel like something trying to make me rethink. And I did one time before. I rethought, because I had said, um, you know, I'd have got pregnant by somebody I don't see a future with. I didn't see a future with. That was, you know what I'm saying, because he was just doing entirely too much. He, from from the jump, doing entirely too much. Um, and then he revealed to me that he was doing more than, you know what I'm saying, more than already much that I thought. So I was like, mm-mm. And that was in, going back and forth with his daughter's mom, still messing around with her. Me and him was like, it wasn't on and off, but like we we linked up in like October, November of 2010. We linked up again December, going into the new year. So basically, I was kind of sort of going into his new year with him. Somebody messaged him, asked him, was he with a bitch? I'm like, a bitch? Where? Where? And he's talking about, yeah. I'm like, what? And I just didn't fight it or anything, because I was just like, I guess at the time I was almost used to being called that, but at the same time, I just wasn't offended by certain people's words, and I know that's not what I am. So anyway, then I went on to leave him alone. I was dealing with somebody else. Goodness, 2011, I was like dating somebody or whatever. That boy called it going steady. And then he called me again. He called for me, and I went on and went running or whatever. Then of course I got pregnant with my son, and then we hit it off for what? Probably got pregnant with my son in May. So we was good till June, July. Till July, that was it. I left him right where he was so-called residing at, and then I linked back up with him August, September, October, November, December. 5 months later, I just love, you know what I'm saying, I was gonna just live out my pregnancy without that riffraff. He came back, you know, from December to the end of December, so he was there January and February the whole time for the pregnancy, for that part of the pregnancy, and of course on into the birth, and then on into maybe like April of 2012. That was it. So it was like 2 months that I could deal with him. He claimed it's 30 days he could deal with me, but 2 months that I can, like, then after that you got to go. We got to just, you know what I'm saying, not go completely. See, when he go crazy. But, we got to separate for a little while. Because I couldn't deal with it, because he was just, he over the top. And so rethought it. I've rethought it a couple times, and then been back with him and stuff like that. And of course, after he had the baby with the girl, I was having the dreams that was letting me know that he needed to sort something out with her. And me being the nice person that I am, I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. Let him go ahead and sort it out. But because I couldn't take that he was laying beside me and still had something or whatever connected to her, although of course he shouldn't have. But that was something that his mom and his sister engaged in actively, and his dad even, wanted to make sure that they tried to keep that covered up. They didn't want, the devil that was in there in the details exposed. But meanwhile, God was showing me anyway, so. And I was just trying to rock with him. Emphasis on him, not y'all, not them. But I didn't know that he was bringing they and them and all. And I was like, can't do it, baby. So that's why I'm sitting here about tired and stuff. And that's why I thank God for every bit of strength that I have to do something physically, to do something spiritually, for emotions to be strong and strengthened and stuff like that. But that's why I'm sitting here like, no, I'm not trying to rethink it this time. I'm standing on the decision that I made. But I'm trying to think that I didn't feel regret at one time when he when we separated or whatever, but I just remember him one time asking me, I think he just like put himself in a position. He was like, what you want with me now? Because he mentioned, he was like, oh, you just love me behind closed doors. And speaking of closed doors, he was like, oh, you love me behind closed doors or whatever. Because I didn't want, we was going to a Super Bowl thing or whatever, and I didn't want him sitting over there around them. It was just, it really just came natural. I was like, no, he's not gonna sit here. He's not gonna be over here. It was almost like he was on punishment. He can't come over here because he do too much stuff. He was doing wild stuff during that time and period. And it was my so-called mom and her cousin Frankie, and they was like, oh well, at least my mom wasn't that mean. I'm like, no. Thinking to myself, no. So then we went back home, and he was good at the, yeah, you can sit at the house, watch TV if you want, and I'll bring you some food, and what else was it? And oh, I think it was like around Super Bowl. He was like, I was hoping to watch it at your house or whatever. Okay, go ahead. And at the time, I had a card I went on or whatever, and I went back over. I was over there with them. I took him. I think I took him back to the house or whatever. And that's when he was like, you just love me behind closed doors. That's how he started feeling. I'm like, I mean, we just gonna keep it behind closed doors. Now I'm looking back. We just gonna keep it behind closed doors because that's how it started for for one. And yeah, I didn't need people in my business or whatever trying to sort stuff out. I had already sat down and told my so-called mom I'm pregnant by somebody I don't see a future with, and I left it at that. I'm not gonna try to make it fit or anything like that. So then I think, oh, that's my massage thing. It's so loud. And then I went to the fair again, another fair or carnival or something like that, and I was thinking about him, and I was like, I'm gonna win you something or whatever. Winning this little, it was a hammer with like money thing on it. I just thought it was suiting to him because I seen him with a shirt with money on it or something like that. And so he was like, "What you trying to?" I literally still got these messages. What you trying to reach back out to me for? I'm just like, Lord, for one, I got a child with you. I already know. You know what I'm saying? A child that you asked me, you want a boy, don't you? This, that, and third, and yeah, we kind of agreed or whatever. But um, duh, you kind of fly. And I'm swearing, I didn't ever look at him like that. I looked at him really, he was dusty to me, but that didn't bother me. Like I didn't. He literally was dusty, and I was just like, okay, I'll work with him. Because he was still, he had some sex appeal, and he had some, not even sex appeal, he had some, it was something attractive about him. I don't know, whatever. I don't know, I don't want to go back that far. Like I said, I don't want to open it back up. I don't want to, some people go back and find that moment or something that they really loved about that person. And I mean, and it already stands out. I like him. He made me laugh. It was comedy and stuff like that. But I probably should have kept my distance. No, even with all that I went through, I loved him. So as far as keeping a distance or anything like that, I don't know. I'm glad that I linked back up with him. I told him I was glad he was there. I was trying to do better as far as how he had felt about not being invited to the Super Bowl party and stuff like that. I just, he was see that's something that he probably would stay mad at. Who knows? And so anyway, after that, honey, he went hard to not invite me to nothing, and it was crazy. I'm like, boy, y'all don't even got nothing over here that I even want. They went to Barbie Park one time. Y'all ain't doing nothing that I haven't done before times two, three, four. Like we done been to beaches and stuff like that. Well, my so-called stepdad's family went to beaches and spent time at places like that. You know what I'm saying? We enjoyed ourselves. So sitting around here in the same spot, um, I ain't even mean to say what park I was at, but sitting around here in the same spot or whatever, going to the park and having a little cookout. That's fine or whatever. This is similar to what y'all do right here across the street from the house, but y'all just at a different location. Y'all ain't doing much of nothing. So, boy, miss me with that. And so, anyway, yeah, I just feel like something is trying to encourage me to go back and see what it was that I liked about him, or you know what I'm saying. Of course, it stood out that he was trying to parent his daughter, with her mom and stuff like that. So I definitely seen him as a decent father, at least decent. I don't know if I ever seen him as the greatest, but decent, because especially when I linked up with him, I had his daughter way more than he had. I don't want to say way more, but I had his daughter most of the time. And yeah, while he was out doing who knows. Sometimes it was work, sometimes it was other stuff, and so no. And me and her, we got along and all that. We was good. Me and her mom got along as far as I knew. Her mom was trying to tell me stuff on the low, while he was messing with me, while he was a bad girl. You was messing with him too. That's what that means. If you knew that he had somebody pregnant, you was still so. And then me and her, we had linked up, and I thought it was genuine or whatever, but she had her own stuff, and and that's just the thing. People had these hidden agendas regarding my life and stuff, and I just be like, y'all are wild. Y'all try to be bold even, but so yeah, I treated him right, and that's why I said it's only right that I did have dreams and stuff that indicated that I was that one and I was there, and you know what I'm saying. But I guess when a man feels like, hey, he want to switch you, switch out, and that's what he can do. I mean, a person, not even just a man. Shoot, if a woman don't want a man, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing that he can really do. He can threaten her. He can even try to take her life or take her life. But that's about it. You're still not gonna be able to be with her like you know what I'm saying? So I didn't stay hung up on that. Like I love that man. I was in love with him by myself most of the time, but um, I wasn't trying to be possessive of him. Um, Yeah, my feelings did like, yeah, you should have it, you should own it, but no, he didn't give me the rights to that, so I left it at that. And so he did like a lot of these other men go out here and have these baby mamas and stuff like that. Of course, they say if you a man second baby mama, second and third, and all this baby mama, then something's wrong with you or whatever. I was basically his second or whatever, if you want to say that. But I was trying to help him to stop accumulating baby mamas. But yeah, second, and then he had another child with somebody, so I was his second and his fourth. And that says something, but at the same time, baby, it ain't really saying nothing because you ain't his wife. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You're not who he wanted to choose and all that. Well, I was who he wanted to choose, but everybody else was like picking with him and had something to say about it and got in his ear. So he was influenced, and so that's why I feel like it's I'm not even apologizing that you made that type of mistake. It is what it is. I'm telling you, as long as God give me the strength, I'm gonna keep on pushing through. But just having a dream this morning that it seemed like he was trying to take our son's hands and stuff like that. Which what I'm saying, you always want them to be the best parent, but this is tough for me because he been gone for so long. He ain't even been a man. He been gone, and like that was not supposed to happen. And the girl just kept saying, can we, and even got my kids over there. And yeah, his mama died 2 weeks after he did that. Oh well, because again, my kids just should not have been over there in no type of environment with you and a female at all. No, even if me and him was separated, you're not supposed to go out here and try to build a whole life with a whole other female. Nah. And to me, we shouldn't even been separated. We were separated because I wasn't gonna put up with his mama's crap coming through him and his sisters and any other females that he was carrying. I'm like, no, you're not gonna bring that to my house. I don't care. And maybe she was trying hard to get it because she was having health issues or whatever. No, no, thank you. All that happened for a reason, but yeah, she just kept having him go to funerals and all this other stuff instead of him encouraging him to do stuff that supports life, the living, the people that's here. You know, not to knock people that's laying on their deathbed or whatever or beyond. You know what I'm saying? But so I don't know what that dream this morning indicates, but and in the dream, I think if I'm not mistaken, he grabbed him by the hand. You know, well, not grabbed them, but took their hands or whatever, like he was gonna lead them somewhere. But I don't think he even went nowhere. But he ain't gonna be over here. Like I said, the only thing I got for you is a gazebo when they get here, cause and that's just my feelings, cause that's how I felt regarding, you know, and I guess that's my own fantasy world, cause I felt like if my daughter's dad needed somewhere to stay, he can be here while I'm here with. I was gonna be in the bedroom with this one. And I know that can cause some confusion. But and whoever he was dealing with, he gonna have to meet up with him somewhere else. But he could have had a couch. That was a once upon a time. I guess not now. And I did honestly. I seen my mom. She both of her kids was in the strange place, honey, playing video games together and all types of stuff. Now I don't know how often they link up like that. Now they used to drink together. That was good or whatever. They probably was teaming up to try to overthrow my so-called dad, 'cause my dad was the first one or whatever, overthrow him. But I don't know how that worked out for him. Probably sit there playing the video game, talking about, yeah, we could take them. Anyway, y'all probably could take them. I ain't even gonna front, but because I mean, the military do not change. Just because you go in the military, it doesn't really, it changed him, but it ain't really change who you was designed to be. So, you know what I'm saying? But um, but anyway, yeah, I was wanting her, not wanting, but was thinking about, you know, if her dad needed somewhere to stay, okay, there you go. You got a couch in the, at the time we had different furniture and all that. We can keep everybody else out of it. He just wasn't gonna attract that type of street attention to my household, my kids and stuff. But it didn't happen like that. It is what it is. So they claimed I was trying to play them against each other when I really was trying to team up, squad up. But let them think what they want to think and leave it at that. So, uh, and so then, yeah, at this point, I just feel like I always feel like, you know, if my boys' dad needed, you know, something, then yeah, I got a gazebo. I got a what we got? Just bought it. What is it? And then you can give me some money, and I invest and get the generator, and then but I got the God, why can't I think of that name? Oh, the gasoline kerosene heater. There you go. And that's what you do, baby. That's all I can tell you. And so yeah, and fix it up real nice for yourself. Get your air mattress. I don't know, do what you do. But anyway, and it ain't, you know, the wind came and took it and blew it over. So, but anyway, not to say that that's what he needs or anything. Or you know what I'm saying? Maybe he can sleep in his car. Maybe he can sleep in his truck if he's still a truck driver. Whatever. But I don't know. You know. But yeah, to be in your boys' life and to help watch over them, which is what I wanted them to do then. Hey, it would be great. It would be lovely. But I guess I've seen it all before. I've seen it. I've seen, you know, where this other guy that I was dealing with, he went out and had like 2 or 3 boys, and them kids look just like him with a female, and he went on and still went to somebody else, and that girl was considered the main, and all, I mean, literally, she called herself the main. It's just crazy. It was crazy. Like, I really didn't mean to get tied up into nothing like that. Didn't know my life was gonna start looking like that. And I feel like, yeah, those people that I did, I didn't feel like I ran through them because I don't run through people, but ones that I was involved with or whatever, I feel like they don't got no reason to hate me or nothing like that because we are either end on good terms or they did something to me. So I'm just going, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. But yeah, so that part or whatever. And then, they after that they go and tell people that I basically I did something to them. It's like, no, baby, I'm not gonna sit here front like I didn't seek people out at times or I didn't initiate certain stuff. I did initiate certain stuff, and I have to admit that part. But I didn't have no bad intentions for you, baby. Mine was all good. It just turned sour and bad, I guess, because it wasn't never even supposed to be. So it is what it is, and I guess I need to maybe realize that for this one, I don't feel like that. I haven't came to that conclusion that this was never supposed to be me and him, but I do know that I'm feeling different. Once again, like, I'm goody, and I don't want you to chase me. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it would be nice and dandy if you gave this nice apology and gave, you know what I'm saying, made up well, but even after that, I'm letting it be known more than likely. I'm not, you might feel like I'm accepting it, but I'm not accepting it. I'm gonna accept the apology or whatever, and you know what I'm saying. Maybe I'm not saying material things, but maybe something to come along with it. But I'm not. I don't ultimately. I don't want that. I don't want that for my life because it was so messy. It was beyond messy. It was shitty, and no, thank you, baby. And I was telling people this. Oh God, he's shitty. This is shitty. It's a shitty situation. This a nigga that don't know how to wipe his ass and all that. You know what I'm saying. And so no. And I already had some with me, so two together. Mm-mm. So anyway, but I can say, hey, I've definitely got love for the man. But hopefully he's matured into a man. But I got love for him or whatever. And that's that. I definitely don't feel like he got love for me, especially if that was him behind them messages or whatever. Because if you've been in another environment and you respecting somebody and doing the utmost and all that, and you talk to me any kind of way, boy, oh no. You really bitter and sour. You really, something still ain't right. If you can be in a whole nother location, then you just out of the blue, you messaging me. And of course, it was on the day after his mom had died. That don't have nothing to do with me. I told y'all not to come at me incorrect. Like, please don't come at me like that because I'm not doing nothing to y'all. I'm not bothering y'all. I'm over here in my own little world, just trying to, what you say, a squirrel trying to get a nut. And I'm just chilling out. So, don't bother me like that. But, and then other than that, if it's some other type of historical events that happen between my relatives and his, I don't know. They still haven't told me what that is, if that's the case. But I do know that some of them, they knew them, the ones that have his last name and stuff. And so I don't know, baby. Maybe of old, but don't bring me in that. I'm in the new. I'm trying to see what the new gonna do. But yeah, even going back to his daughter, I see this little girl that looks similar to his daughter. And like I said, I had that love for her. It was genuine. And not to say I don't have love for her today, but and the only way I really feel like I could deal with her or talk to her is if her dad was out of the picture. Period. Of course I would be there for, you know what I'm saying? But if he's in the picture, which is the same dad as my boys, so you get my drift. And then, but even then, I would still be cautious and careful as far as talking to them and linking up with them because with her, speaking of her, the other one, because he got another one, and I linked up with her and I cared for her too, but I would definitely be real, honey. That girl. I'm not saying that she would have to be put in jail, but that's probably the only way I would really talk to her. Not even over the phone, but honey, you had to be behind bars. You don't even need to know nothing really about. Yeah, I'm sure she probably does know she got brothers and stuff, but girl, look in another direction. I almost forgot about her to be honest, but his older daughter or whatever, I just be like, well, hey, you know, I got all the pictures and stuff to show. I guess that's why God may have allowed me to keep that. But the pictures and stuff to show that I was in y'all life. You know what I'm saying? And y'all dad just put me on the back burner or let him tell it, put me on idle or whatever. So, honey, and just for me to try to teach y'all and let y'all, if I need to, yeah, for me to keep it real with y'all, I wouldn't want y'all to go through that with nobody. But the hardest part is probably if he's still alive, they gonna have to deal with some stuff, baby. Um, and if he die off, and again, I'm not wishing his death, but sometimes I do be like, you cling to your mama so much, and which he did it in a subtle way if he did, but yeah, you want to cling to your mama so much, you need to go ahead and go join her, go join her. So that's just how I feel or whatever, because that's how he was portraying, and yeah. There was a time when I was under my mind, like wherever she was going, I'm trying to be there. But I think that was right for a female. But people, I really think it's unhealthy and it's toxic to try to break a female from her mom early, and vice versa. Even a male from his dad early. But some of these males just run out the door anyway. They just leave them, so they leave their kids set up for failure. Period. And but yeah, so that's that. Um. But that's just something that I'm not tolerating. Sisters ain't even really a thought, but they try to be. But moms, sisters, grandmas, honey, I'm not gonna do that with y'all when I know what I'm over here giving. I'm giving what it's supposed to give. I'm not doing everything he want me to do because I'm just not. You don't damn run me. You don't own me. Let him tell it, honey. He does. You don't. And he know that. He know behind closed doors, baby. You know what'll go down. Don't vote me. You know you'll close your eyes before me any day, as soon as, and that's a good thing. That's how comfortable you was here. But don't play with me, cause I'm not finna play them type of games with you. So but now I want that one where I can close my eyes. I want to be able to close my eyes comfortably around you, and I'm talking about it's the real. It ain't nothing counterfeit. It ain't, I'm gonna close my eyes and wake up and some shit gonna be going down, because you must be out your damn mind. And then he started getting around people that was talking about setup and all this. But this is my thing, because his brother was set up, and somebody prophesied, told me about that before it happened. And then he just started going hard on setup, 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 and it's like, are you trying to set me up now? And that's typically, I mean, not typically, that's basically what he was doing or trying to or whatever. And okay, well, appreciate it. Appreciate you letting me know. That's another thing. I'm not gonna forget. You was going so hard about a setup, and you not untouchable and all. I was like, wow, are you serious? That's how y'all out here living? And I think this is that vehicle. Yeah, that's another vehicle I need to be leery of, weary of, or whatever. But yeah. So that's that. That's the drama of it all that I'm not trying to bring into 2022.